Good evening, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Tuesday, October the 29th, 2013. And here is today's After the Bell market summary video. Just a quick reminder before we go over the analysis here. If you have not had a chance to go check out the website, please do so. wallstreettrading.com. A lot of informative information on the site for you all out there. At the same time, if you're interested in trading with our prop firm or taking some of our education courses, you can contact me at ccooper at wallstreettrading.com for more details. Aside from that, let's go ahead and jump into the charts here, starting off with the market indices to see how they closed the session out today. The Dow closed up over 100 points, closing up 111. The Nasdaq closed up 12 points, 12 and a quarter or so, and the S&P 500 closed up close to 10 points. All right, if we take a look at the breadth on the market, we had 3,797 issues advancing on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. We had 2,491 issues declining on the NYSE, Nasdaq, and the Amex. So you could definitely see that breadth was in favor of the bulls today, and there was pretty much a lot of broad market strength across the board. I would say the strongest sector today was the tech sector, which had a lot of stocks popping up today. IBM up over 2.5%. ADI, that's Advanced Analog Devices, up 3.5%. Google up 2%. AT&T up 2%. So Verizon up 1%. Yahoo up 2.5%. Even though it was not able to hold its highs, it was still up 2.5%. Still did pretty well. Semiconductors were up across the board. CLAC, TER, a whole bunch of different things were popping up. Banks a little bit. Banks lagged a little bit today. However, they did stay up, so it's all right. They did see some strength. Some of the regional banks, such as State Street, up 2.5%. LNC was up 2.5%. Some more continued strength in the biotechs, healthcare. BMY had a nice little follow through day, up another 2.5% today. And let's see here, some mixed action in the energy space, basic materials. Aside from that, another update in the market. So let's go ahead and break down the market indices, and we'll take a look at a couple of stocks. All right, so starting off the SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, up 0.94 cents today, up a little over 0.5%, closing at 177.17. Again, the trend is up right now, so we're going to continue to stick with this trend. You can see we do have a couple consecutive closes above this key trend line resistance that we've been tracking as a possible resistance area, which it did act as resistance last week, Tuesday, for one day, but you can see we're back above it. So again, continue to use these short-term moving averages as a gauge to measure the strength. All right, and the trend, as long as the trend is intact, you want to be looking to buy those strong names, all right, that are pulling back to key support levels on the dailies or the intraday charts if you're trading intraday, and you should be doing just fine. Really wouldn't try to short this market until we get some type of big distribution candle on the daily chart. There's definitely a lot of stocks in the different sectors that are popping up left and right that you could definitely make some nice returns in. So SPY looks pretty good. If you take a look at the triple Q, the Nasdaq 100 ETF, Apple came out with earnings today. They closed down 2.5%. We'll take a look at that chart here shortly. Actually, we'll take a look at that chart right after this one here. Triple Q's, Nasdaq 100 ETF closed at 83.06, up 14 cents. Pretty much having trouble breaking over this 83.30 level. So now, I can say we're in the 3-day range between 83.30 and 82.5. So what's that? That's about 80 cents there. If we break out of this 80-cent range to the top side, we should continue chugging higher as we are now above the 61.8% Fibonacci level from the tech bubble sell-off high to the tech bubble sell-off low. And I guess the next stop is really up towards the $90 mark, which again, we still have some more space to run up here. However, if we have this short-term resistance hold steady at 83.30, you can look for a move back down towards 82.5. We break below 82.5. We have this level down here, 82, and then 81.5. All right, and let me take a look at my proprietary channel analysis that I've been showing you guys throughout some of the videos. See how that's looking. And again, that's looking pretty good as we continue to chug higher up there. Definitely some viable action around these levels. But at the moment, we're going to wait to see what the Nasdaq wants to do. You can see the triple Qs again. They're showing some little short-term resistance right here at that 30-cent level. IWM, the Russell 2000, same thing here, consolidating sideways. Did push to new highs slightly, then pulled back in a bit. Formed a little doji today. We'll have to see how this plays out for us tomorrow. You can see we're trading in a range between 110 and this 111.50, $1.50 range. Sideways action is all right, just consolidating right now. Again, we'll see how this plays out in the coming days, coming weeks. If we continue to hold this base around 110, we should continue to lift off. We should start to lift off from this area and start making our way back up towards the top of the channel, which is our target around the 113 area. All right, so keep an eye on those small caps. Remember, the Russell 2000 did lead the market up. All right, so let's take a look at this Apple stock here. Right, everybody's watching Apple. The stock sold off initially on the earnings report after the bell yesterday, rallied right back up. Then when we came into the office this morning, Apple was trading up pre-market. Stock ended up hitting a high intraday. Take a look at the intraday chart on it here. Stock ended up hitting a high of 539 on the open right in the first 5 minutes and reversed and sold off the whole day, giving you some nice little bear flags here and some nice little breakdowns, descending triangle breakdowns, a whole bunch of stuff here on the charts. By the way, Apple, again, little engulfing candlestick here, engulfed the prior 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one bar today engulfed just about the previous 6 days of action here, so definitely look for some more pullback action. Apple most likely down here towards these decline, towards these rising. 20-day moving average is around 503.68. Let's go and take a look at Amazon since we're looking at some of these big cap tech stocks. Amazon up $4.50. Doesn't look like it's going to pull back. Looks like it's going to try to hold this nice little base around this 355 area and give us a little range to work out up for another move higher. Definitely a strong stock. We've been hitting this one on the hammer, and we nailed the call on this one. So again, make sure you share these videos. And if you guys know anybody that's looking to trade with a prop firm that gives some good analysis to the traders and also provides a trading room, make sure you send them our way. ccooper at wallstreettrading.com. IBM was up $4.77 today here, up over 2.5%. Nice little gap fill action. This one's making its way back up. We do have some trend line resistance that will be coming in around here, just a couple cents higher. The next main level you want to watch in the stock is going to be around here towards a 184 and this 186 half level. All right, what else? Google. Now we're going to the tech stocks right now. Google up $21.25, making its way back up towards the highs. 1040.25 is going to be the breakout. Looks pretty good. You can see the momentum still in the stock. Does not even want to pull back, and it's giving you a nice little move up, little bull flag right here. Move up, pull back in, that held, and now it's moving back up. Look for this one to continue pushing higher. Next target's a half number 1050. Semiconductor stocks did pretty well today. Clack. This one's breaking out right now. Nice little 3-day move here. May be a little bit short term over bottom, the smaller time frames like the 60-minute or the 15-minute. But keep an eye on this one. Definitely looks like it wants to go higher. Its next target is around 70, which comes from the 2002 high. All right, CRUS. I want to see how this traded today, in the fact that they do a lot of business with Apple. They have earnings coming out. Let's see, today after the bell. Whoa, they have earnings after the bell. Let's see how they traded here. And the stock initially spiked up and traded down, so not much action there. All right, but CRUS, again, they're involved. They're one of Apple's suppliers, and they're not really doing much right now. Let's see here. LLTC, another semiconductor stock. All right, that's breaking out. Wow, this one looks pretty good. Just broke out today. Definitely look for some follow through on this stock tomorrow if it has that extra momentum. You can see over 41. We should be looking for a move up here towards back up towards 4150. Let's see. Let's take a look at this Yahoo as well. Again, just going through a couple of tech stocks here. Yahoo, nice little pop up today. I believe they got an upgrade today, but either way, it's trading in the range between 32 and 35. A little sloppy, choppy range, but I'm definitely looking for Yahoo to continue moving higher. The monthly chart and the weekly chart look pretty strong. All right, let's go back and take a look at these commodities real quick. Starting off with gold futures, which was down a little bit today. Still trading sideways in this area, trying to make its way back inside our big yellow channel that we have right here. If it does not break above 13.6 and it starts to roll over a bit, we may pull back in a bit down towards 13.20. So right now, gold, if you didn't catch any action in gold or the gold miners, or you have not been involved in those names for the past week or so, I would be a little bit careful trying to initiate positions in those names right now. Take a look at GDX. GDX down 76 cents today. Again, this one Did give us a nice move ever since we called the gold as a possible bottoming action about a week and a half ago. You can see GDX minus nice move up. A little short-term resistance right here on the 2650 area. Again, this thing may need some consolidation. It just had a nice little fluid move up. It needs to build some type of base around this area, give us more conviction that these names want to go higher. What are some key names to look at? I believe most of these names reported earnings already, or if not, they're reporting earnings. Well, GG is one to watch. You can see that's having trouble at the 27 level. Keep an eye on this one going forward. See if it starts to build a little base we could work off of. Newmont Mining, they have earnings coming out later on this week. Looks to be on Thursday. And AEM, let's take a look at this one here as well. Down $1.31 today. They had earnings come out. They had earnings out last week. Thursday rallied up, pulled back in a bit. Still looks pretty good. Definitely would keep an eye on this one for a pullback buy scenario or setup. Let's see here. Let's finish taking a look at the commodities. Next, crude oil. Crude oil chopping around this area, which was pretty much expected. Again, we talked about this in the prior videos here. Resistance broke out. Now support. So it's chopping around this 98 area, trying to hold a bid here. If we don't hold a bid at 98, then 96 would be an area to try again. If we don't hold a bid at 96, look for this to roll back down to 94 right now. Crude oil, I would not be doing anything, just watching the price action around here to see if it's going to try to lift up and get back over these 99s. What else? What else do I want to cover here? Let's take a look at the financials. I want to take a look at the financial ETF this time around, XLF. We can take a look at the BKX. So XLF is going back up towards its 52-week highs, which is just right there, around 2104. And right now, this thing is just kind of grinding along here, not really doing much. There's definitely more sectors in play than the financials right now. They're really not moving that great, if you ask me. We've been focusing more on the technology stocks a bit, but I mean, just take a look at Goldman Sachs. All right, Goldman Sachs is still trying to get back above this 50% line of this big major channel that we've been tracking with you all here. All right, if it can break above today's highs and get some nice volume momentum there, we could get a nice little break back over 164. All right, so Goldman Sachs looks all right. Got to watch that 50% channel line. JP Morgan, flat day, not really seeing much here. Would not be trading this right now until it gives us more clear direction. Right now, what I see is a possible bear flag as we have this little downward movement, sideways price action, usually indicative of another move lower, which if it does move lower, will take us down maybe back down towards 51. Again, we would need some type of market sell-off possibly to knock these down with some type of force or momentum. Right now, they're just hanging around. BAC, you can take a look at as well. See what this is doing. Still hanging above 14. Looks like it may want to pull back in a bit. And then last but not least, Morgan Stanley I like to look at. And Morgan Stanley is actually holding up pretty nice and steady. You can draw a little 50% channel line in here, and you can see it stopping right in front of that area. Again, guys, I love drawing 50% channel lines because it gives you a good gauge of who's in control of that channel. Above the 50% bulls, below the 50% bears, makes it a little bit easier. And then sometimes a 50% channel line likes to hold its support, same way it did in the Amazon trade, which was what brought it to our attention. Like, okay, it's almost ready, time to go here. As you can see, it rallied up, pulled back, held the 50, rallied back up, consolidated right below the price channel, and then boom, that's when it broke out, and that's when the whole Amazon trade began. All right. What else here? BMY, another stock that was strong yesterday in the healthcare sector that we mentioned to look for a follow-through day. That follow-through day came. Nice little continuation move here. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart to see where the entry was in the stock. Well, it gave you a couple entries. Gave you a nice little entry right here, this consolidation between 52.80 and 52.70. Gave you a nice little entry right here on this little ABC pullback. So, I mean, it's clean setup, clean technical setups, a little hammer trade right here to move up. So, definitely some decent action there. A nice little fall through. That's definitely what you want to see when you have a nice long green candle. See State Street. I see this one popping up today. State Street looks interesting. Looks like it wants to go back up towards these highs around 71.22. And then LNC also had another good day today here for the financial sector. And this one looks like it's getting ready for a breakout over 45.70. And they have earnings. See, out today. They have earnings. No, sorry. They have earnings coming out tomorrow after the bell. So we'll see how this plays out, folks. Hope you guys had a great day. I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning in our live intraday chat room, mywallstreettv.com. To get access to that room, you want to make sure you send me an email at ccooper@wallstreettrading.com or fill out the form on the right hand side of the home page to get those credentials to log in. Have a great day, folks. Cheers.